It's the Pod in the City Weekly Roundup. I'm John.
I'm Amanda. Rays and SNL are finally back, but were they worth the wait?
Why did Ryan Gosling's Fall Guy flop at the box office?
And a whole bunch of Vanderpump tea.
Ooh, all that and more on this week's episode of the Pod in the City Weekly Roundup.
Hello,
I
everyone.
was almost literally pooping my pants there. Because that was stressful.
Oh, we
Hi,
practiced
guys.
it. Hi, everyone. That the second I pressed live, somebody started leaf blowing outside.
But of course.
Bye. So that worked out, I thought.
Thank you. Yes, we do have a new intro. We thought, you know what? Sometimes I even get to the end of the show or the thing and I'm like, wait, what are we talking about? So
that'll be good for when we write notes later.
It's nice to give a little bit of a, I don't know. Plus we're trying to get to 1,000 fucking subscribers on YouTube. So help us out, y'all. In fact, I have a pledge to each and every person here. Now, right now, there's only 12 of you, but at some point, if each person here found one person to subscribe to our YouTube, we could probably get to 500 subscribers because it just keeps going up one, down one.
For ads on the main feed, so
we did, and we'd like to apologize preemptively.
Do you want to get into housekeeping really quick?
Yes, please.
Okay. Again, we keep wanting to change this picture. I'm forgetting.
So many things are going on. First of all, on our Pod in the City main episode, we're talking about Sex and the Widow on And Just Like That, and then Golden Girls on Golden Girls. We don't have the cover for Golden Girls yet. Sorry, y'all. Then we're going to, if you'd like to support us, you can join our Patreon. That's patreon.com/podinthecity. Also, if you'd like to watch full video episodes of our And Just Like That recaps, check out our Patreon and just join it for the free one if you'd like.
Hey, Jean is here. Boots on the ground, Jean.
Hey.
Hello, Phoenician.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. I sometimes forget that some of our listeners live here, and then I'm like,
I have listeners in Calgary too.
It just feels interesting sometimes. I'm like, oh, okay. If they see me in public,
if anyone sees me in public, unless I look like I do, like I'm wearing makeup, if I'm wearing sweatpants and a sweatshirt, do not approach me because it will ruin my entire life. I'll think about it for the rest of my life.
Well, Fat Lemons just reminded me, it's totally veering off already, but this weekend there was a silent auction at a theater company that I am associated with, and they had an item that was a stay in Flagstaff, including a gift certificate to go to Fat Olives restaurant. And I thought of all of you guys, and so anyway, also so check out the patreon.com/podinthecity. If we can get to 500 people on here, we can get subscribers as well. Follow us on Instagram at PATC Pod. Please subscribe. That's really where we're at right
until
now.
you just said that Fat Olives thing, I never put together that's why that person has that username.
I thought you
never put that together.
I think you explained that to me. Yeah, because I was like, oh, what is Fat Lemons? And you're like, oh, it's because there's a restaurant called Fat.
Oh, okay, then maybe I did not. I was probably high.
Anyway, we have fun, y'all. We have fun.
Oh, so, yeah. We're hitting our stride. But is that it? That's it for our housekeeping.
Right? Sure. Oh, check out our ASMR. I know it does trigger some, but we did have a paper palooza over at the ASMR, and we're kind of, where is it here? Okay, great. We're kind of finding our footing.
This was good. I really liked this one. Except my OCD, my Tourette's and my OCD kicked in a lot because Joan kept touching certain areas of his mic and then not touching the same exact opposite side. And I was losing my mind. I'm like, I need you to touch here, right there. No, not there, there. And it worked so well.
Yeah.
I I felt exhilarated
It
afterwards.
did.
And
So
then what's this? What's this?
oh, my TikTok is slightly popping off. If you'd like to go over there and subscribe, I'm trying to get myself to 10,000 followers. Good luck, but I'm at 800 and
good.
something. That's pretty good, I think, for just only being on there for a couple weeks or like 3 weeks, maybe. Go check it out, like and follow. It's pretty, innocuous. So,
How was your week overall?
oh, my week was fine. You'll get to hear. I've had a couple days.
Oh my God.
Anyway,
Well, his
the
internet.
internet,
He has some
y'all.
internet issues, but
Cox
it was
Communications.
quite funny.
If y'all have been listening, Cox Communications is trying me. Well,
Yeah,
I'll let you know about it in
we'll talk about it in
coming up.
a later episode.
But we
Later
have some
section.
really hot topics, hot ones. In fact, some.
Sorry, I never know if I'm going to cut you off.
Oh, I
or
don't.
not.
I'm like, good. Get the thing on the screen.
Less of us. All right.
So the hottest topic is what?
Oh my gosh. So actually, I'm gonna start off hot topics with some extra hot steaming poop.
Get ready, y'all.
When are you going to grow up and accept some responsibility?
Aw,
Perfectly
Browntown. I miss
Here it is. Well, there was
miss
a lot of Browntown news.
There
this
was.
week.
Well, first of all, it was Janelle's birthday yesterday, and she was. I mean, as everyone knows, Janelle always has the most wholesome Instagram. She's every mom's Instagram. Every mom's a
Mhm.
social media situation. And first of all, she was doing some gardening. She wanted us to know. Oh wait, this is a cat. All right, here we go. This is how the North Carolina garden adventure begins. Technically, I'm at the last part of planting season, but that's life. LOL shrug emoji. Okay. So that's that. And then also
So she moved recently to North Carolina?
Maybe that is what that's saying. There's been
What does that
so little
tea garden-
Browntown news, but it looks like it. But she spends a lot of time in North Carolina because now she and kid Breck live there with the kids. So, but it was her birthday, and she got this cake made.
Now-
I mean, I can see the children's fingerprints in
What
this
is
cake.
this
I would not.
cake?
I don't know.
Is
Jody
it a
was really
German
upset about it, too.
chocolate?
Maybe.
That
It-
seems
It
like
looks
the
like
only
somebody
acceptable.
put a fist in the side of it.
It looks like ground beef on the top. Like it's
Does
covered
look
with
like-
a patty of raw ground beef.
Really, I mean, and like
Sorry, Janelle.
Madison definitely lets her kids bake everything with her, put their bare feet on the countertops. Like, that's the kind of household that Madison and Kid are leading. So I would not go near this cake. Yeah, but I mean, I'm sure she loved it. A little red face from working in the garden. See, she followed up. See, she tied a little bow on the on the gardening post. But the cake was drool emoji. Thanks at Madison Rose 11. And also, Janelle just wanted us to know that all of Garrison's cats have been adopted by members of their family, like the other kids. And here's just some pictures of the Kates they're flourishing, Joan, flourishing.
I think that's fucking
So I
great.
thought you'd care.
I love
Yeah,
that.
cute. I mean, this one looks exactly like Latrice. So there you go. Okay, so but the big news.
Oh, Marie, thank you. What a wonderful transition. Oh my God, I'm late. Did I miss Dorothea?
No, you
Here
took
we
the
are,
words-
baby.
Took the words right out of my mouth. So for like a month, and now first I need to prepare you, Joan, for this. Last year, Mary tried basically this exact same thing, but she had the gall to post promote because you know how she owns that B&B.
Oh, see, I knew there was the B&B, but I didn't know that it was Mary's B&B.
Yeah, it's like her
Okay.
family's, like she bought it, like her family built it like 3
Okay.
million years ago. And it was like and it was all polygamous. I mean, it's haunted. It looks horrifying. But anyway, and it's in Shoot, where is it, guys? Somebody, Boots. Somebody tell me where it is. I'm forgetting. But it's in Utah. It's nowhere. It's nowhere near anything. It's like in it's in a drive-through town. But she tried this thing where she's like, "Hey everyone, for like $8,000, I think it was, for like a weekend retreat for like, oh, and like there's only 4 or 5 rooms in this
8,000.
Yeah, and it was like you get to hang out with Mary, but I'm sure one of the stipulations is you're not allowed to ask about sister wives. I know that would have been Lehigh.
So you can hang out with Mary,
One.
but you can't ask about sister
Yeah,
wives.
kind
What are you
of a
gonna
rule, I
ask
think, if
her
you go on the
about?
tour. I think she'll talk about it, but she doesn't want you to be there for that reason.
Tell
But
me
it's
about
like,
that trainer, Mary. Tell me about your trainer.
Trainer Bill, that mouth breather.
Of one of the
you
like
are on
3
the verge
episodes.
Yeah, I know. Then certain things happen, and we're like, maybe we should cut off sister wives for a little bit. So she tried that, and nobody signed up. I mean, everyone's trolling her on it, and it was for like 3 days. You get to walk around. I think you had to share rooms with other people. Like, it was like a bullshit thing. Everyone's trolling her, and then it happened, and as we know now, I think she just paid all her friends to come, or her friends just came and they just like went to the mountains and stuff. And like walked on the rocks.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but her whole thing since leaving Cody has been worthy up. That's her mantra. She's such a better person now. She's really gotten her shit together, which I think she has. As much as somebody who was raised in such an abusive society.
I think I can agree with you, but I'm curious of why is she a motivational speaker or a life coach type person? Like,
now,
what about her life am I like?
She did used to work with troubled youth. Like, that was kind of her passion, which I think she'd be good at. I think she should do something with animals because she freaking loves animals. She's one of those kind of psychopaths that like still loves animals. I feel like she would do really well with it. But anyway, so all that said, for the whole month, she's been teasing Worthy Up coming. What is it today? May 6th, worthy up. So then this whole past week, there's a countdown going on her feeds, and it's all she's talking about, worthy up. And then this insane video. Did I send it to you? It's like made by, I'm sure Jen was filming it, but it's like black and white, and it's like dun 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 dun, dun 2 days, and it's like this crane kind of shot coming toward Mary, and she's sitting on the steps of her Airbnb, of her B&B, and she like puts her head up, and it's like worthy up, May 6th. Something like that, in wearing a worthy up sweater. And then yesterday it's like 10 a.m. tomorrow, worthy up, get ready. So 9:59 and 59 seconds, I'm clicking right on Mary's Instagram.
See, now I don't really follow like the sister wife stuff, but I was privy to this coming. I don't know how it came into my FYP on TikTok, or I saw it on Instagram or something.
I think we follow Mary like through our account on Instagram. So that's probably why it's
because it was like, I was like, oh my God. And there was a lot of speculation. People were thinking it was a book. People were thinking it was a, well, I mean, I was thinking from the start that this was some bullshit. In fact, I think Amanda was texting me. We were texting the other day about it, and I was like, isn't that just some scam? And I think you still were hopeful at that moment.
I was hoping it would be a book because I thought it would be fun because I'm like, me and Jody are constantly trying to think of things we can do that's not going to be like hours and hours and hours of extra work. So I'm like, if she puts out a book, we could record the whole thing in like one sitting, and then I could break it up, whatever. I was just like hoping that it would be a book, but everyone's like, it's going to be an MLM. And in my head, I'm like, no, I trust people too much. I'm like, she wouldn't put all this effort into just an MLM. Well, guess what, Mimi? We did, because that's what it fucking is. It's just worthy. Okay, this website is crazy. There's nothing on it.
An MLM of what? I don't understand. I'm still not quite understanding. It's like coaching lessons and stuff.
Well, now here's like a title page. Mary with like, okay, you know how like on the settings on StreamYard, there's touch up your appearance, but then you can do it in intervals. This is like touch up your appearance all the way up, and then like paying an extra $15.
This is AI. Her eye, something, the filter isn't passing through her bang piece, right? Over that one eye, and her eye is too exposed. It's giving AI.
And her eyes aren't this blue. But anyway, all it says here is media relations, interested in having Mary participate in your project or event. Oh, Joan.
What kind of project?
I don't know
Or
anything.
event.
We could get her on an And Just Like That episode. We should get her on a really horny episode of And Just Like That and see what she thinks about Che Diaz.
Let's get her on a real. I like that. Okay, I like that idea.
All right, okay, we'll reach out to Mary.
I like where we're going with that.
If we get 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, we'll just put all the money we make from ads toward this.
We can't guarantee that.
Contact our media department at mediarelations@worthyup.com, aka justjen21@yahoo.com.
Okay, who's Just Jen? Because
it's like
I
her
think
zany friend that she always laughs with. They're just laughing. Always laughing.
Okay, because I
I
think maybe people were also thinking they might have had a podcast. They were going to make a podcast together.
Yeah, but I think that would be too much work. Like, but smartly, because so many celebrities do that. They'll be like, I'm going to do a podcast. They do 10 episodes, and then they're like, this actually really sucks more than I thought it would. So, here's a couple other pictures. Can you just handle the comments, Joan?
Oh, yes.
The live comments. I'm just going to go to these pictures here. But so Jen is this one with the glasses here on like the second level here in this picture. That's just Jen. Have you seen her before? On
the left or right, there's two with glasses.
Oh, with the long blonde hair.
Okay.
Her and Mary do Fridays with Friends every Friday. And it's just they talk to people. You're not allowed to ask about sister wives in the comments, or you get blocked, you get cut.
This is just called Friday with Friends.
And we get notifications for it on our Instagram. If you're ever on Instagram,
what this is? This is Mary surrounded by a bunch of thirst buckets who want attention.
Well, so now this one at the bottom here, her name is Joelle, and she is infamous with at least like me and Jody's audience because she's just really thirsty. And I think Jen's jealous of Joelle, and Joelle's just really trying to get in there, but no one will ever be Jen. You'll never be just Jen, Joelle. Okay, so. Also, all these people are like 40 and Mary is like 50 something. So, I mean, not that an age difference, but it's just anyway.
You know what? If you're interested in friendships that make no sense, check out our And Just Like That episode. Because there's a lot of friendships like that where there's a 40-year-old Naya who we shockingly found out is my age.
Yes, we thought she was in her mid-40s. Why are you hanging out with a Miranda who's reading as 70?
Seema's 53. Come on.
See, I mean, that's the most. I mean, every time I do a recap, I'm like, God, I forgot how stunning she is. What's this? Okay, yes. I really want to get into the meat here. What is Worthy Up? What is it? So it's impossible to know.
Can I read this here?
Answer.
It says Worthy Up is a community that celebrates individual growth and empowerment through inspiration, insight, and impact. Oh, girl, the alliteration, honey. We value the importance of creating space where every story matters.
What did you learn from that? Like, I have no idea. This is under the About section.
It says Worthy Up honors your individual story, your current season of life, and celebrates your dreams and aspirations.
Yeah. So I'm on the website right now.
This can't be an MLM, because in order to be an MLM, don't you have to like recruit people and stuff?
Yeah, so I think that's what it's gonna be. I have a feeling that Just Jen and Joelle and all these other bitches are like part of this. They're all gonna be like down on the pyramid.
Downstream people. Or
they're downliners. I mean, what do you guys think in the comments? Let us know. So there's 3 tabs. There is About Our Community, which is just 3 pictures of her and her friends, and then the thing that you just read. About Us, what you just read, and then Experiences. Oh no, wait. The Experiences tab is just 3 pictures of her and her friends. And they're placed in different.
That's
in front
the
of the
experiences
B&B, inside the B&B, and then way out in front of the B&B, standing. And
is the idea that she's just going to have these like retreat weekends and stuff?
Well, we don't know. It doesn't say. Under Experiences is just 3 pictures of her and her friend.
So if you how do we join?
Now here we go. Let's go to that. Let's grow together. So here are the different tiers. And by the way, guys, me and Jody are going to do like a half-hour segment on this that we will post free on Wednesday when we do our Surviving Sister Wives episode. So we'll cut the little Mary part, but because we're going to go through every section of this website with a fine-tooth comb. Let's grow together. Here are the different tiers. $150 USD Insight membership, which includes $150 digital membership for the year 2024. Digital membership gives access to the Facebook group, Joan.
Okay, I'm being shaken to my core because I'm trying to find what are the differences here. That's my biggest wonder. What is different between my $300 and my $600? And the only difference is with the 600, you get a discount of 20% on all Worthy Up events held in 2024, a discount of 20% on your 2025 membership renewal, plus a special surprise bonus gift from Mary. That's what you get for $300 extra a year, are discounts.
Yeah. Oh, and okay, so with the
What?
300, go ahead.
That's all I have to say is what?
Oh, and the thing is that the gall to do this and then not even have an example of what the bonus gift would be, because I would need to know what the fucking bonus gift is and have a single retreat even planned. Like there's not even one single experience that has been planned so that we can kind of see what we're getting. But let's put this back up and see. So $300, you also, including all that other sweet shit. And in the first one, it's first to know about upcoming events and merchandise, because there isn't merchandise yet. So nothing is even ready for this.
And who's like salivating for Worthy Up merch?
Oh, I would buy one for Jody in a fucking
I understand, but are you like waiting by your phone for the hot drops of the Worthy Up merch? Like you're waiting for that drop button?
Me and Jody signed up for Brooks Marks thing because it was just so annoying. Yeah, and then so all the other ones is just you get one interactive virtual live discussion, a Q&A per month, but it doesn't even say that that's with Mary. I feel like that's going to be with Joelle. And then a merch package, which is an autograph mug. I will say though, Mary's merchandise that we've gotten from Lizzie's Heritage Inn have been the best quality things I've ever gotten in my life. Jean got me and Jody a bunch of stuff and they are good. And an autograph mug, hat, journal, sticky notes, and a pen.
Thank God for the sticky notes, because you know what? For my $300, that must be a year. I think that's a year.
Oh yeah, I guess it would be. Yeah, a year.
But
still,
I have questions. Why now? Just logistically, why would you autograph a mug? A mug is meant to technically be used, isn't it? Like and washed.
A mug is there to break eventually.
But you're putting an autograph on something you're like, I guess you would just put it there, like my Worthy Up mug signed by Mary. I get it.
Yeah, but then so it's $12.50 a month for the lowest tier, the bullshit tier, $25 a month for the other one, and I guess it would be $50 for the other one. Yeah, $50 a month.
Okay, y'all, if you have the money to join Worthy Up, check out our Patreon. It's only $6 a month. Plus you get bonus episodes.
And we actually have things like already ready to look at.
Yeah, like you actually know what you're getting. In this case, I don't know. I'm getting 20%. If I pay the $600 a year, I get 20% off events. Now, I don't know how much the events cost. I don't know where they take place. I don't know how many people are allowed. I don't know when they are, what they are, or whatever. But you know what? I need that discount, baby.
I don't want Joelle to be there. What if you show up and Joelle greets you? Which I
don't really know who Joelle is, but the only person I want greeting me at this is Mary. Okay? The only person I want is Mary. And if she doesn't look like that, I'm pissed.
Well, anyway, that's the big news. But again, head over to me and Jody's Patreon Wednesday if you want to hear more. Unless you want to go more into
this. We have so many. No. We have so many more hot topics, darling. We actually, please check out our And Just Like That episode, because we also talk about this on over there. But big news.
Oh,
Rosie is coming to And Just Like That. I was feeling a little down in my feelings because Che Diaz was not going to be on next season. And I really, as much as I loathe them, I also need them. I needed my Che. And when I don't have my Che, it's not as good. I'd much rather see Che than Naya's story. Anyway, they got rid of both of them and they're replacing them both with Rosie.
Queen.
And she is playing a character named Mary.
Oh, Mary Brown. Lots of Mary gossip this week.
Oh, see, originally I was thinking when we found out that she was going to be Mary, I was thinking she was going to be like a nun. That was kind of what my thought was like, oh, but no, this is what we're getting at. We're getting baby. We're getting blown out Rosie. Baby.
She's so fine with just yeah, this is what I look like right at this moment.
This is the best she's looked in a long, like, she's very done up here. When I originally saw this photo, I was like, what is this? But then when I see that it's because she's going to be on And Just Like That, which is everything has to be blasted.
No, we discussed this on our episode, but like we're both hoping that she's not going to be, please God, let it not be that she's going to be a love interest for Miranda.
No. I don't want her as a love interest.
Yeah.
Yes.
Guide Miranda and sit her down and like read her on her shit.
I want her to be her mentor. Like I want her to meet her at like the gay and lesbian center and Miranda says something stupid and Mary is like, you know what? Bitch slap some lesbian sense into her ass, which I love it. Let me tell you, put Rosie in anything and I'll probably like it. I don't even give a shit if she says crazy things or does whatever.
But I mean, this is good. This is good news and I think it's really going to time out well with us because I think we'll be able to finish season 2 of And Just Like That and be ready. And by the way, I'm thinking that we are going to, when we get to the new season, guys, this is breaking news. We will, when we record our And Just Like That episodes, we'll do it like the day after it airs or like the day it airs every week. And we'll just do them live so that you guys can talk to us about like we can all react together.
How do you do that?
We'll just do exactly like what we're doing here. But then we'll just post this as the episode.
Oh, got it. I thought you meant we'd be watching it live.
No. We'll just get right in. Like we'll set a good time, like probably around this time. Watch it in the morning, and all come together and just snark our butts off.
Well, let's get into the big Vanderpump Rules drop because
lots happened this week. Not on the actual episode, but
we found out that they're pausing production. And I believe we found out kind of more why. And that is because Ariana is going to film Love Island all summer. And then she's going right back into doing Chicago in August. Yes. And I believe that's part of why they pushed the season back.
And I stole the screenshot from Cara Berry, just so you guys, I always like to give credit, but I stole it because that's where I get most of my news. It's just instead of us posting stuff, we just go to Cara Berry's page. But yeah, and that. Do you want to talk about the big news about?
Okay, if you guys don't watch What Happens Live, Ariana and Katie were on Watch What Happens Live, and they did announce that Something About Her is opening May 22nd. And I think, you know what? I think I might want to go take a drive. Might want to go take a road trip on over to Something About Her, get myself a sandwich.
No, this is a screenshot from their Instagram, this is the only thing on there. And this was posted January 4th, 2022.
But I like that this is the screenshot you've chosen to represent their restaurant.
Yeah, I just realized that Jody had clicked in and I took a screenshot of that. But Jody wrote advice. Oh, that'll be great. I'm guarantee you that she's talking about Mary's MLM. I probably just texted her about that. Guarantee you that's what that conversation was about. Anyway, so
basically tons of shit. What I want to say is if I recently started watching the Vanderpump Rules after show, which do you have access to that?
I can watch it if I want. But
you should watch it because
I always see clips of like the funny parts.
It makes Tom Sandoval look even worse. If it's possible. He's talking about how his new girlfriend and him met and all of this. One big piece that was missing that a lot of people, this has gone under the radar. So this is like hot. We found out that Tom, Sheena, was preparing. She was taking dance lessons because she might be cast for Dancing with the Stars this year.
Oh, she did? She didn't mention.
Well, guess who else was taking dance lessons because they thought they were going to be on Dancing with the Stars.
Oh, God, was it Tom? Why would he admit that?
Tom Sandoval.
Why would he admit that?
Ariana said it.
Oh, of course she did. Of course
She didn't even try and I don't even think she meant it in a shady way. She actually tried to not anyway, but that's what you got to do. You got to watch that after show. I really held out on it, but it actually gives me a way better idea of what's going on. Like, I hate Brock. I'm going to need Brock Davies.
I don't mind him at all. I'm sorry.
I'm going to need him to shut the fuck up. And he needs to stop talking.
I like how thick his thighs are.
Oh, baby. I like a lot. I like how thick he is all over. Trust.
Yeah, for sure.
Trust. I would.
He definitely has a big.
Those things. I would do lots of things with him that way. I'd need him to shut the hell up. Especially telling women how to feel.
Oh, sure. I get that. But the accent obviously helps. I was thinking the other day, like, I was watching and I'm like, if James just did not have that accent, like, I feel like he would almost just be like reprehensible. Like, I would be disgusted by him because his face is so like severe now.
It is. But
and he's a huge asshole and like a terrible person. So...
I do think he's getting better because of Allie.
Agreed.
I actually really like her.
I do too. She's grown on me.
And sorry, but Katie and Ariana are queens, and I can't. I will hear nothing else.
I believe in you.
I believe in you. You just need to follow all your dreams until you reach them. Till you reach them. I believe in you. No matter I believe in you.
Hey, careful. We might get dinged. We might.
I think we're good.
That's my song.
That was Allie performing at, I don't know, the children's library hour or something.
It was like some kids festival in something.
LA. Yeah, it's something.
Well, here it is.
And now I'm mourning a blue.
Alrighty, I'm going to give the quick and dirty version here. All right, my internet has been fucked up.
You've at least calmed down since that day, since we recorded.
When we recorded, and just like that, about, I don't know, we were like 90% of the way through.
Yeah.
And my internet started acting up, and I was so on another level. Because here's what happened. I reach out to Cox, and they're like, well, it looks like it's fine. You might want to just bump up your speed. And I'm like, are you fucking joking me? So they're like, well, you can double your speed for $20 more. I'm already paying $70 a month, which I find annoying just for internet, but whatever.
It's really cheap, but anyway.
I am sure it is. I'm sure someone's going to be in the comments like, I pay $200 a month. I know. There's certain things that bug me. Why? Anyway. And I understand I get lots out of the internet. Fine. But oh, sorry, I just got so sidetracked. Anyway, so I'm like, fine, I'll upgrade. Fine. But I'm talking through an automated thing to a person who very clearly probably does not is like fucking 10 million miles away. And I'm like, la-di-da. I'm like, just so you know, if this does not work after the upgrade, I am going to be canceling immediately. Like I've threatened that 3 different times. Yeah. The guy's like, I'm so sorry, whatever. So he suggests that
are they aware that like, are even the people that you're talking to who clearly like don't live in Phoenix? Are they aware that Cox has a full monopoly over the entire surrounding Phoenix area?
I have no idea.
Is there even another option for you? There's like no option.
There's
no
kind of. Okay. Allegedly,
Grassroots.
Verizon is getting some internet going.
Oh.
Anyway, whatever. I just like, I need something. It's pissing me off, especially with this. If I can't do this, like, this is the only time it doesn't work, obviously, of course, in the most like time when I actually need it to work. So then, of course, we record and it fucks up after I've just upgraded it. And
we were moving along so well. Like I feel like we finally really found like a great where both of us are not nervous anymore and we're like comfortable. But so we got all the way through and everything's going great. And then I'm just like, oh, I think you're frozen. And And you're like, and you weren't frozen. You had been freezing. And I'm like, oh, sorry. You just looked really mad for a second and you were frozen. You're like, no, I'm just looking at my internet saying that it's a bad signal. And then for the whole last like 10 minutes of the episode, you were engaging, but I could tell that all you were thinking about was like writing a monologue of what you were gonna say when you called Cox immediately after.
I ended up reaching out and they sent out a technician. They came yesterday. Allegedly.
Julio?
It's fixed now. Carlos.
Oh,
He
Carlos.
was so nice. What ended up happening was, okay, so my house was built in the 40s and then I bought it in 2010. So I've lived here now 14 years. I haven't changed like the cable equipment. And I don't know how long it was done. So there's like a cable that goes from my house to the power lines behind it, because I also live in an old neighborhood where there's above ground power lines. That's not everywhere in Arizona. But so there's a cable. Then there's a cable that goes down to the ground into this box. Well, I guess Cox, for some reason, used to put this like filter on the cable box so that it wouldn't let certain things in or something, allegedly. But that was partially blocking my signal from coming in.
Fascinating.
Anyway, they removed it. They changed out all my cords, didn't charge me anything. So 2 days ago, this was going to be like the ultimate rant of the world, like burn the house down. And then today I was almost like, should I just skip it? So my real moan, I do have one though, is this applies to TikTok. This applies to everywhere. Please stop using acronyms for things that people don't know. Such as, I will go on TikTok and it'll be someone posting a video, usually about like a person's concert. This often happens with musicians, like, or songs of people, like a Taylor Swift song or something. People be like, oh my God, I love TRQPNGFDWV.
The amount of acronyms
And I'm
I'm
like,
constantly looking up. I'm Googling acronyms all the live long day.
I don't know what any of them mean. And so then
Right.
I don't even know what this means. I don't even waste my time. Because if you try and Google TPQRWPVDHG, it doesn't even know what the fuck you're asking for. So can we maybe just how about instead of all that, shorten the title or something, like do a 2-word, like, I don't know.
I think the problem here is just that we're old now. We're those old people now.
do that though, Amanda. I don't. I really don't.
No, it's annoying. I mean, I can't keep up with these kids. At least like Jody has 2 teenagers, and I feel like she can kind of like she's like in on some of the trends, but I'm lost. I'm sure a lot of our listeners have like kids, and they can talk to the youth better than either of us could. I'd be lost.
Well, I am very much like I still think I'm like relatively cool with younger people.
Yeah, me too. And I feel like
But-
when I'm talking to someone even my own age, that like some people are adults and some people are not.
Yeah.
Like, right? Like I had people at my old job, like people that were just my age, and I considered them like an adult. Like I'd go into adult mode talking to them. And then there's other people that are like cool. that I
Yeah.
don't feel like that. Yeah.
I don't know what I was just thinking.
I don't know either.
You
What's
guys,
next?
it's time. We're debuting a brand new segment
Oh my,
today.
I gotta get ready. Oh,
This is a
get on
brand
my-
new segment. Hold your holes, because we're about to dive deep into Amanda's. I thought you were gonna play it. It was
Oh, I thought you were getting in charge of all that. Here we go. You should record yourself saying Amanda's wormhole of the week.
oh, okay.
Over that.
I could.
Anyway, that's
I also should make it longer. It said Amanda's wormhole of the week. So
indeed.
Amanda, what are you really, digging
Okay.
deep in today?
So
this week?
I am. I mean, I'm like I'm really bad with money, and I've just really been spending it like crazy on things that I really don't need. But one of the
Okay.
things that I decided that I really needed was to finally bite the bullet and $99.99 USD. So that came to like 140 Canadian, but it was worth it for every single episode of Friends. Friends, that show from the 90s
That
I guess
costs
you didn't watch.
$200?
No, it was $99.99
Oh, I thought you said
US.
199.
No.
Sorry.
That's pretty good though, right? For like 11 seasons or however many it is.
Yeah. I just am surprised that stuff's not like Friends isn't free at
Now
this
it's on
point.
Peacock, but I can only watch that through VPN on my
Oh.
computer. And if I'm watching Friends, I want it on the
Yeah.
big TV so I can just have it on. I haven't. Okay, so this used to be like my falling asleep show for so many years. And you are like not a huge Friends person, but I'm surprised that you
I grew
don't
up
know.
watching Friends.
Oh, well then how
Like,
come you never seem excited when I bring it up? Or you never? I always
I
recognize
haven't watched an
people.
episode of Friends though in probably 15 years
Me neither.
or more.
Agreed. But this was my falling asleep show for so many years.
Uh-huh.
And back when like you'd have to wake up in the middle of the night and like change the DVD and you'd only get like
Oh,
6
I
episodes.
remember that you would always do that though. And you did that with The Office for a long
Me and
time,
Brad would
didn't you?
it would be Sopranos, The Office, and Friends. I think it was just those 3 on full rotation. I don't remember a single other one that even made it in there. But it was
I do
always,
rem-
always,
I do
always.
miss the menu screens that you had on DVDs. How it'd bring you back to the menu that would like play the same
I miss special
little 16.
features. Like I love commentaries. I
Same.
love a commentary. But so now that I haven't watched in 15 years, it's crazy. Cause I mean,
Mhm.
again, if you're thinking we're watching that when I was in like my early 20s, so as Robin Brown would explain, my frontal lobe was still developing. All of that
Mhm.
shit is so forever embedded. I do not need to watch any of it. I can really just play it on my TV and I can picture every outfit someone is wearing when they say a line. I can picture everything. So crazy. But here's just a couple notes I've taken. I'm halfway through season 3 now. So the beach just happened. Phoebe just met her mom. And here's a couple of just notes I took. Morgan Fairchild. Do you remember that Morgan Fairchild is Rachel's mom and she kisses Ross in the first season?
Yes.
And they're like in this like this phone area in this restaurant. In that scene, do you remember like Morgan Fairchild being like the adult and Ross being like another adult? Like, how old did you think she was there? Like, how old would you say those 2 people were? Just like
When
on
I was
memory.
growing up, I definitely probably she seemed a little bit older, but they also seemed like full-grown adults because I think
They
I was like
did.
13 or whatever.
Totally. But like,
So
how
they
old did you think
were
Morgan Fairchild was
in that.
Yeah.
Well,
Like adult.
I have no idea. If I thought back to it
Like
now,
Chandler's
probably
mom, sorry.
50.
Okay, so she's 45 in that scene, but she looks way older because she had that plastic surgery that everyone had in the 90s with like the tiny little nose. And
I
Rachel's
also
mom has that
think that
too.
the styling of that, it was still in the time after
Yeah.
the Golden Girls situation where like
Yeah, when the hair
the
ages
older
you a lot.
people had a look, you know.
Yeah, and Schwimmer was only 27 in that scene, and he looks 40. But there's a lot of jokes that I am now like, that's what that meant. So many cum jokes, so many blowjob jokes. This whole show has, and some of them are racy. I did not
Wow.
get them, but like I wrote down a couple. When Paolo makes a pass at Phoebe, she's giving him a massage and then he turns around and just shows her his dick. And I had and she's like, it was out. And I'm like, well, why is that him hitting on her? And then somebody said, was it? And she goes, oh, Boy Scouts could have camped under there. And I was like, oh,
Wow.
no idea what that meant. Susan is even more of a bitch on this rewatch. The one with there's an episode with
So are you like in season 6 already or
No,
like...
but then I was starting to think of all these other jokes, like the where Rachel made that trifle and the pages are stuck together, and Chandler and Joey goes, Chandler, and I never got that. Ever. I just assumed it's because he had sticky fingers because he's
yeah.
So they slipped in some really racy jokes. Lots of blowjob stuff. When Ross and Rachel have sex for the first time and he rolls over the juice box and she's like, oh, honey, that's okay. And he's like, oh, and I just rolled over the juice box. And she's like, oh, thank God. I thought she thought that he peed, but she thought that he had come too quickly. There's an episode with John Lovitz where he gets stoned, and even and he's like eating all of the amuse bouches and stuff. And then at the end, Rachel's like, "You don't want to work for a guy like that anyway." And even on this rewatch, I'm like, "Why? That sounds great. He's gonna be your boss. He's just stoned all the time, and he loves all your food." And you guys eat These are lame. There's where Monica meets Monana, her the person that's stealing her credit card. Monica gets wasted during the day. She comes home and she drinks directly out of the sink, and she goes, "Water rules." And I never got that either because I'd never been drunk before. I'm like, what is happening?
Oh.
My biggest thing that I'm coming away from this is that all of them are so funny. The women,
They are.
I was raised in a generation where women aren't funny. They're just pretty. The women are obviously not as funny as the men. But watching this, I'm like, Courtney Cox. I mean, everyone knows that Lisa Kudrow is funny, but Courtney Cox and Jennifer Aniston are genuinely hilarious.
I actually don't think that Courtney Cox got enough credit.
She's
back
my
in the
favorite
day.
on this rewatch. She's my favorite. She is so funny.
She was like no one's favorite, you know.
No, but I
In the
relate the
world.
most to her.
Yeah, and
of
she's
age she is.
hilarious, and
Yeah.
she's really good.
There's another one where Joey and Chandler buy everyone Christmas presents at the gas station, and they hand one to Monica, and she's like, "Oh, thanks." And Joey goes, "They're ribbed for your pleasure." And I, of course, never got that either.
Uh-huh.
And then okay, so here's the other big one. Richard, Tom Selleck, you know how he dates Monica and he's like older? How old do you think that he's
I
supposed to be?
I used to be so horny for
Oh.
Tom Selleck.
Oh, who wasn't? Especially because of Friends.
How old do I think he was there? 40.
No, that's not how
45?
old you thought he was.
45?
Okay, so he's supposed to be. He's
I have
supposed
no
to be
idea.
47.
Again, I was like 11, so I had no
Right, so
concept.
as a kid,
You could
you
have told
thought
me he
he
was
was old.
75 years old when I was a kid, and I probably would have been like, "Oh yeah."
Okay, well, he's supposed to be 47, and all of his jokes are like, "Oh, I'm just happy to hang out with all you guys. All my friends are. I'm reading about them in the obituaries." Like,
Oh,
you're
really?
47. Yeah. Ew. And
Well,
yeah, that was crazy.
lovely.
You know what another joke is? Is that they do a lot of pot jokes that I never got, like marijuana jokes.
Oh.
Never got it. So anyway, I'll keep checking in every week with that. But after that, I spent the last couple of days listening to Matthew Perry's audiobook once
Oh,
again.
cool.
I have the picture in here somewhere. It doesn't matter. But Matthew Perry's audiobook, it's a very good listen. It's especially difficult to listen to now, but he is so honest about the addiction thing. And he knew from the beginning that it was going to kill him. And it's just sad. And he's like, if you watch season 3 is the worst. He's like, I can't even watch season 3 because I'm so skinny. And he looks like scary. So anyway, that's a fun little rewatch on Friends, but it is amazing to rewatch after 15 years and finally start getting all the jokes. That's that. Hi, hello. Good job on putting up the live comments. By the way,
I was putting them up.
Oh, okay. Oh, good. I'm glad.
I
Thanks.
was. Okay.
Okay.
This says I got to do a conference call with Tom tomorrow. Tom who? Tom who? Sandoval?
Tom Selleck.
Tom Selleck?
Explain that, Gene. Oh, I did know this. Lisa Kudrow was cast as Roz on Frasier. I think me and Jody just did a Frasier episode. Okay. Anyway, that's my wormhole for the week, though.
You also watched Unfrosted, which I heard was utter garbage.
Okay, so I did watch this Unfrosted.
I hate to
movie.
say I told you so. I
knew it was gonna be bad, but it's really, really bad.
Well, it's written by Jerry Seinfeld,
based
directed
on a joke about Pop-Tarts that he had. It's based on a joke that he, of course, wrote. Melissa McCarthy's funny.
This is the kind of humor that, like, you know, that wokeism is ruining.
Okay, well, I do.
This is the kind of humor that Jerry Seinfeld is trying to protect.
No, this entire movie is just. The entire movie is just, look, it's a cameo by someone. Oh, how'd they get that guy?
I heard they had cameos like every 2 seconds.
It was, but that's it. That's all it was relying on was like, okay, here's Mikey Day.
Okay.
It's just,
Gene's,
what's happening, Gene?
Gene is having a conference call with Tom Selleck tomorrow.
Can you explain more of that? Tell him that we think he's hot and that I can't believe he was only 47.
Tell him he is. Oh, I mean, how many people have told him he's hot? Come on.
Oh, he's hot. Remember that episode where he shaves off his mustache and it's after they break up and then him and Monica meet in the video store and he has his mustache off and he still looks really hot, but kind of weird. I guess you don't remember. Anyway.
Okay, is this sarcasm or
No, he did look.
I,
He looked. He
I'm
looked fine.
asking
He shaved off his
Krista.
mustache.
She
Oh.
wrote, "Yikes, John spoken like a white man." Did I say something bad? Or
Was
am I
that
talking about jury sign? Are you talking about am I anyway?
How did
Wolf.
John piss you off? what offensive thing did John say? Okay, after that, what did I have after that? I had something. Grey's. Should I just blast through Grey's and SNL? Because there's not much to say.
Oh yeah, blast through.
All right, Grey's Anatomy is back, and here's what happened. Bailey instills a wellness plan. She wants all the interns to stay healthy, so she gives them all like bags with like fruits and vegetables in them and shit. And so then Simone,
That's the
who's-
storyline.
yeah, Simone, and then that tall guy whose name I refuse to learn.
Okay.
They're studying for their exam, and she's like, "Should we order pizza?" And he's like, I don't, no, I don't have any money or whatever. And he's like, "I guess we could use what's in these bags that Bailey gave us." And then he's like, "Actually, I know how to make a stir fry." And then they make the stir fry together. And then afterward, they're like, "I actually feel really good after eating that healthy food. I'm glad we didn't get pizza." That was the A story.
Okay, so was this episode like sponsored by the USDA? Or
No, no one
something?
came out at the end dressed as a nurse like last time with the suicide. No one came out to do a special announcement. But there's a
Just
a
so you know,
patient-
fruits and vegetables enrich your life. They really do.
Michelle Obama comes out at the end. Remember when I had that thing? A prisoner with stage 4 lung cancer comes in from jail. He refuses treatment, and the guy playing it was like 68 years old, and it was actually Tuco Salamanca from the season 1 of Breaking Bad. And I was like, oh my god, Breaking Bad was from 2008. That's how old that show was.
Oh wow.
Gross. And but he's dying of lung cancer, and he doesn't want treatment. He just wants to die peacefully. But then one of the interns gives him like a Boston cream pie from the cafeteria, and he's like,
Stop.
kindness. And then the last thing is that
This was Grey's Anatomy?
yeah. And then Schmidt is trying to join Peds. Welcome to Peds, Krev. Welcome to Peds. Schmidt's trying to get into Peds, but Natalie Morales, who's the new bitchy cunt cast member who everyone hates, is not sure if she wants to let him become and give him a fellowship. That was Grace. That was Grace.
That's
Anyway,
really
I don't know if they
strange
missed
because like
anything,
they
but-
go from episodes where there's like plane crashes and stuff to
We ate
fruit and
we made
veggie.
some stir fry this week, baby. It reminded me to eat
I hope it
get
moved
more
the
iron in my
sto-
diet.
I hope it moved the plot along at least.
Oh yeah. And let's just really quickly go through this.
It's SNL Corner, starring Amanda Kaczynski. Ladies and gentlemen, your host, Amanda Kaczynski.
And T. Krista said it was a berry coffee cake from his middle school cafeteria. Okay, so they probably had a conversation. I was probably playing Diner Dash during this. Okay, that makes it, I guess, a little bit better, but okay. Come on. Anyway, SNL this week. Again, 2 weeks off, and we're back with Dua Lipa, who, yes, she's good, fine, good enough. They didn't give her anything to do that was funny.
I love her as I don't even know if I like her as a performer. I like her music.
She has a great voice. She's
Oh, yeah.
beautiful. She was fine. She was good enough. Like, she can act obviously well enough to.
I think they're trying to get her into like that acting.
Which
She was in that movie Argyle.
Oh yeah. Was she
was
good in it?
that. She
Or she
played
just
like
kinda
a
there?
barely of a part at all.
Gotcha. Well, there was a okay, so Las Culturistas just put out a whole episode, like an emergency episode this week about Challengers, the movie. Have you seen that
Okay.
yet? I can't believe you haven't seen that. It's gay. There's a churro thing.
It's not technically gay.
Okay, but it's like secret gay. It's closeted gay, which is
I
like
know,
the
but it's
hottest
also
kind of
about
gay.
sports, and so I'm conflicted. Sorry,
I think
I'm
sports
conflicted.
is just kind of an anchor.
Zendaya is in it though, so I will probably watch it when it comes home because if it's about like horniness, I gasp a lot. So
Huh. And apparently it's like, I mean, I think it's getting Oscar buzz. But anyway, there was a whole
Oh.
Challengers sketch in SNL because clearly Bowen Yang, that's all he can think about this week is Challengers.
Uh-huh.
Bowen Yang was the star of, he was in, I think, every single sketch. So I love that. There was a really funny sketch about, like it was a commercial for like, you got a funeral coming up, you got a big wedding, and you want something that everyone's not going to bitch about food wise. Well, just get a big vat of penne alla vodka because everyone's okay with it. At least no one loves it. And then one of the lines is because it never stays hot, but it never gets all the way cold either. And I thought that was funny because it is true.
That is true.
Like at every, you're not mad about it, but you're like, yeah, I'll eat this. Like you can't ruin penne alla vodka.
That's about how I feel about SNL nowadays. Is
How dare
Eh.
you? You're one of those people. SNL. It was funnier back in my day. And then there
though.
was a JoJo
Sorry,
Siwa
sorry.
thing on Weekend Update,
Which that was pretty good. The Chloe Fineman I thought did a pretty good
okay.
job.
Well, she's brilliant, but I thought it was actually kind of mid. It just seems like I think someone wrote that in under 10 minutes because it was just all of the things that she said over
Oh
the
yeah,
past month.
it's like
and
I'm
she
a
just
bad
said it.
girl, and then
Yeah,
she's
I
smoking a
invented
cigarette at some
Gay
point.
pop. Yeah, but it was fine.
I
It was
didn't
a good
actually watch the
impression.
whole thing, so I mean, I just saw
didn't
like
really
I
either.
saw short clips of it.
But then also we got another surprise on Update, Joan, because a
Ooh.
movie came out this week that
I
needed to be
saw that.
promoted, Unfrosted. So Jerry Seinfeld came on and did an update thing. And I was
Tell
like,
me now, what kind of jokes did he tell? Some really hard hitting, scary stuff, like
it
really
was
like offensive
self-reflection.
shit.
Yeah, he used the N word a bunch of times. No, he was just.
He says he wants to. I'm just kidding.
But
I'm
that's not even
kidding.
his brand. Okay,
That's what I'm not understanding about his whole thing. Is like, has that
Yeah.
ever been your brand, honey?
Now,
Like,
one of my favorite things that I'll watch like once a year is this thing you can find on YouTube. I forget what it's called, but it's like comedians on comedians, and it's just like a round table, and it's like an hour-long discussion about comedy between Ricky Gervais. You're gonna hate every single person I list here. Ricky Gervais, Jerry Seinfeld, Chris Rock, and Louis C.K. And it's just the four of them jerking each other off for an hour and talking about comedy. I love it though.
who was the first one?
Ricky Gervais.
I think I like him the most of those four.
Chris Rock? He didn't do anything wrong. I think you probably don't want to be married to him, but like, I like him.
He's fine.
Anyway,
You probably don't want to be married to him. Why?
Didn't he like cheat on his wife? Or
Allegedly.
maybe I'm thinking of Kevin Hart.
Well, you know
Well,
what he should do is keep my motherfucking wife's name out your motherfucking mouth or whatever.
Nice reference, John. I mean, that is truly one of the craziest things that's happened in a while. Did you watch that live?
Actually, I think I did.
Because
it was
really
literally
shocking.
like, I just think we thought it was like fake.
Oh,
set up.
I mean, now it's really, looking back, that's a reference that will always be funny now. That's an evergreen reference, I think.
I mean, I loved it. I am the
I
type
loved
that
it.
like I have always wanted to have just a moment that is the perfect time to go up and just smack the shit out
So
of
you were on
someone.
Will Smith's side. That's a hot take.
Kind
Everyone's
of
like, go Will Smith. You're a real shithead.
Well, he was talking shit about Jada's having alopecia and shit. So.
No, he wasn't. He was commenting on the fact that she's bald.
But she's bald because she has alopecia.
Okay, but the way that they reacted to that is as if she has a terminal illness.
Trust me.
Oh,
I think that it was, well, I think that, anyway, I do think it was overreaction, but I think it was a built-up thing.
Okay.
I think it was built up over time. And obviously they're like friends. They've known like
I think it was built
wow,
over
this
time
is
by
a real
Jada.
hot topic. The Oscar slap
Honestly,
from 2 years
If
ago.
if like one of my podcasts came up and one said, "Oh, we discussed the slap from the Oscars,"
You
I'd be
clicking
like,
on it?
I'd immediately
Get into it.
Or I would if people were talking about that miniseries, The Slap from like 2012, I'd click on that too. One of my favorite shows of all time.
That was the show where like a guy slaps a kid, some other people's kid, and
Yeah,
then it's like everything off of that.
Did you watch the Golden Girls yet? Because we were
No.
supposed to do
Is
it
there a
today, but
kid
then
slap?
Yeah, Sophia
You know what?
slaps Blanche's grandkid, and then she's like, "Sorry." He was acting
You know
like
what
an
I
asshole.
realized, Amanda,
loved
is
it.
that we have to do Golden Girls before Thursday because it's supposed to post on
Oh
Wednesday.
shit. Okay, we can do it tomorrow then.
We'll chat after this. Okay.
Can't wait to see what you come up with. Okay, but anyway, let's
Time for John's Movie Corner. This week, I saw Tarot. Now, I was going to see Ryan Gosling's The Fall Guy. I thought about it, but I then heard it was like kind of like a romance, like a rom-com of him and Emily Blunt trying to get back together or something. And then I was like, I don't really care that much. Jeez, Justine, say it like this.
what?
I just that comment about Will and Jada.
Oh, yeah.
Tell it like it.
Justine said Will and Jada are two of the most mentally ill people in Hollywood, and that's saying a lot. That tickled you, huh?
I mean, yeah. All right. So this movie, Tarot. All right. It is a horror movie. Let me find my pictures.
Well, you know what the problem is, John, is that I go in and I label every single picture and you just leave it as image 3590.
I think the problem is that there's like 85 images just for Janelle and 75 for Mary. So it's buried. It's a little buried.
Even more
Anyway.
for Miss Peaches in a second.
Trust me.
Should photo shoot this one.
I saw. Anyway, for Tarot, all right, this movie, I like the premise. I like the idea behind this. Like a horror movie based on the tarot cards. Like, ooh, the tarot cards come to life. I think that it actually is a premise that could so easily be done that I'm surprised that they fucked this movie up so bad. It was so horrible. If you are even asked to go to this movie, don't go. First of all, it has this guy in it. Okay. He plays the guy in Spider-Man with Tom Holland, his friend.
Okay.
And they based the crux of this movie
You held a gun to my head and asked me, name one movie Tom Holland is in. Or if you lined up two white men next to each other and said, which one is Tom Holland and which one is Tom Brady, I'd be like, I don't know. I would have no idea. I would use like context clues of that fact that I think Tom Brady might be older.
I think you would.
Okay, well, anyway.
You would.
All right. Well, anyway, continue. So
they based the whole movie on like this is the comedy center of this movie, and literally not one of the lines that they say is funny. I was in a movie theater with other people there. They did not laugh at this person one time. Okay, but it did have Avantika, who was the girl who played Karen in the Mean Girls movie, bringing it all back here. Mean Girls musical.
Okay.
She played
oh,
Karen.
that's what that picture was. I thought I recognized her. Okay.
Loved her. She's so pretty. She actually was probably the best actress in this entire thing. She also played a lesbian with this girl.
Wait, this is the movie?
This is a clip. This is a picture from the movie.
And Amanda Seyfried is in it too, and they played the same character in Mean
That's
Girls?
not Amanda Seyfried.
Okay. Again, gun to my head. That's Amanda Seyfried. Sorry.
This girl has red hair, and she also is like, she doesn't, to me, okay, whatever. These two are a couple, okay? They're a couple. Anyway, I'm going to just go through a few. So they did this whole thing at the beginning. The way that they introduced all their exposition was, now this is I've never seen this done before, but what they did was they played a game of who's most likely to. Like they gave each other superlatives. Like it would be this. Who's most likely to drive off with the teacher 5 minutes after school? And then it'd be like, oh, I did that last year. Or it'd be like, most likely to go to Yale. I just got accepted 2 weeks ago. Like it was like they were... Okay. You would play this game to like reveal new things about each other.
Yeah.
But they would be using it. They were using it in a way of like actually explaining about these people. So they tried. I'll give them points. They tried with that. But they
saw this instead of seeing Challengers, which is like the most talked about movie
Yes.
out right now.
Yes.
I feel like you're
have
not seeing
problems,
Challengers
guys.
just as a like out of spite.
No. It just never really like floated my boat. I don't like the
The sports
poster.
part of
I don't
okay.
like the poster, and it's a lot about tennis. I don't want to watch people hitting tennis balls back and forth.
That guy from West Side Story eats a churro from that guy's hand,
I
though.
know, but guess what?
What?
Like, I've been up close and personal sucking dicks and having having
Good
gigs,
point, John.
like
Good point.
watching two guys like edge each other for an hour eating churros out of each other's hands. I mean, that's kind of like G-rated shit. Anyway, I will see it at some point, but I did see Tarot instead because I do like shitty horror movies. They make
Yeah. I mean,
Here-
one of the worst ones I ever saw was when that one that I saw when Walter was getting his teeth done that you recommended.
what was that?
Immaculate.
Great.
But it was 90 minutes in and out, including
Well, this
including
movie, I don't even think this shit was 90 minutes.
Okay.
It may have been a cool 85, but they spent the first 20 minutes after that whole exposition, most likely to thing. One girl gives tarot readings, 20 minutes out of the 85-minute runtime, okay? Back to back for every single person. All the 6 other characters, okay? So she's doing these tarot readings, and it's like, this is the fool. You will be led down the wrong track. So be careful, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Then she does the next person over and over. So, like, by the time I couldn't remember any of the shit the girl said because she just did 20 minutes back to back. But that was very key because in that time, she explained how every person died in the movie. She literally was like, you will be led down the wrong track. And then that guy literally gets hit by a train on a train track.
So is this kind of like a Final Destination
It tries to be Final Destination.
mixed with
But-
Jumanji?
Yeah, at least in Final Destination, one thing I really liked about about the Final Destination movies, especially like some of the later ones, they will fake out. Like, you know that person's going to die, but you think they're going to get stabbed by this pole, but they end up getting smashed by a crane or whatever the hell it is.
Gotcha. Okay.
In this, it literally was just like, you may be dealt a crushing blow, and then literally that person gets hit, like gets smashed with like a hammer or something.
Okay.
like-
Well, I won't be seeing that.
Please don't. What I'd like to recommend instead.
Oh, no, hang on, really,
is
really quickly. A couple
Please
hot
don't
things
tell
came
me
in. While
my- Mary's live.
yeah, I got it up right now.
Oh wow.
This is happening right now. Right now.
Hold it closer to the mic.
Oh, so 1,130 people on here.
I didn't know how or what. There's some experiences that I was going through. And I didn't know how it was going to.
She knew a few years ago that she needed.
But I knew that I had a story to tell. I knew that.
She sounds out of breath.
She has a story to tell, Amanda.
That I can help and inspire others. And so that's kind of where it started. Probably.
She does sound winded.
I'm not going to play like for that long.
Cindy from Ohio, welcome. And I can't see my comments. I need to fix my screen here so it's a little bit brighter. Because
Do you need more?
Okay.
Or this is, I mean,
So,
we're
no,
better
I
at this than
don't,
she is, at
because
least.
here's my question. You can't figure out,
Breaking
you need to
news.
brighten your screen, and you got to work on that, but you're also planning a life coaching situation. Honey.
Anyway, the other thing is that Leah Michelle is Justine's watching the Met Gala right now. And Leah
Ooh.
Michelle just showed
Why
up. And
is
she's,
Leah Michelle at the Met Gala?
oh, don't.
Is that what
Oh,
this is?
well, she's pregnant. Yeah, I just uploaded that. Yeah, I mean, fine. I don't really give a fuck.
I absolutely think she is one of the most unlikable biggest. I have never heard
believe every
one good
bad
thing
that's been
about
said
her.
Yeah, I believe it all. I believe everything.
I don't understand. Like, there's got to be another bitch who can sing "Don't Rain on My Parade." Are we for real here? Come on.
Yeah, it only goes up to a B flat. Anyway,
Guys,
here we
if
go.
you
Yeah,
have
yeah, I've heard
Prime
of this.
Video, okay? If you have Prime Video, this is a movie they put out like last year. It's Everybody's Talking About Jamie. It's based on the West End like musical. It's a musical about this kid who it's based on a true story. This kid who wanted to go to prom in drag and was denied. Okay. But the musical was done on the West End and I saw it in
Oh, yes,
London
I was seeing that. That was coming up on my something.
and
that
it
Bianca was
had
in it.
Bianca Del Rio in it. That's Bianca Del Rio in the middle. Do you see
Yeah.
that?
Yes, I know.
Oh, okay. I went and saw her in it in London.
Oh, okay. Was it good?
She was fine.
Well,
The
was
show was
good?
great. The
Okay.
show is great. I
Doesn't
really
she just
like
kind
it.
of have like kind of a walk-on role?
It's kind of like well, not really. She has a whole song.
Oh, she does have a song. Okay.
And
Okay.
in the movie, that part is played by Richard E. Grant, which you
Oh,
guys
yeah, I
know
love
who that
him.
is.
Yeah, he's in How Could You Ever Forgive Me, right? And he's
Love.
in Girls. He's
Oh.
Jessa's like friend in rehab. Spoiler alert.
I love him.
Yeah,
Anyway,
he's great.
I was like feeling in some kind of mood because I had really got into the soundtrack of this for a while. It's all about this kid and his mom. It's like a parallel story too with his mom feeling like, you know, if her choices in life had been different, she could have made something better for herself. But if she did, she wouldn't have her son and it wouldn't be what it was. And so it's just like a
Okay.
really beautiful story. The songs are really good.
Yeah.
And if you have Amazon Prime, it's on there free. Go watch it. It's called Everybody's Talking About Jamie.
It's
It
a
is a
couple years
musical,
old,
and
isn't it?
they're yeah,
Okay.
yeah, oh yeah,
I think it was on
2021.
Netflix a while ago. Okay, yeah.
It came out
Yeah,
on
I did.
2021. Sorry for me to say last year.
What is the solo
It's-
all the way saying? What do you guys think of the B sharp doesn't exist controversy? What is that? I know there is no B sharp. I know that from music
What's
theory
B
class.
sharp? Doesn't exist.
Is it just that there is no B sharp? B sharp is C. That can't be what you're talking about. 'Cause that's interesting to not even me and John.
I do want to know. So Jean says no one's buying Mary's membership.
Oh,
like
what?
I
You
really
don't
do want to
say.
know the real numbers. Like, what are the live numbers? Like,
Boots and anyone else watching, let us know in the comments if anything interesting happens on that live. 'Cause that was, I mean, that enough sucked my entire
oh,
soul
the
out of me.
Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef. Did you see about any of that?
Oh no, that's what the B sharp doesn't exist mean. I literally I was like, oh, it's C.
I see.
C
No,
is B
because there's a whole line about how something about if he was gonna hit it, it'd be a minor or something. It'd be a minor, and they're basically ragging, saying that Drake like
Oh,
allegedly.
So it's a music, but it is a music theory controversy. Like
No.
discussion.
I don't think
Oh,
so. I think it's from the song.
Okay, well,
If I'm following somewhat.
okay. Well, don't.
Great.
Oh, all right. Well, don't get me started on some music theory goss. Is that
Yes.
it? Everybody's talking about Jamie. I actually almost watched that on Netflix a couple years ago, but I'm sure I was drunk, especially if it was during the pandemic. So
Watch
maybe I
it.
will
It's
watch
kind of
that.
cheesy at parts, but
Is
whatever.
it like is the music like Dear Evan Hansen? Because I'm one of those weird
No.
people that genuinely loves Dear Evan Hansen. Like I fucking love every song in that.
No. It's
Okay.
gayer.
Okay, but I like gay.
Tick tock, you don't stop.
Queen Rosie.
I always love the end of that one.
You came up here.
Now, big thing going on over on TikTok. Weigh your organic bananas.
No, okay, do you know this? This is
Yes,
like
I saw your note and I was like, what the fuck is this? And then I was like, wait, I have seen that. Because now they're doing it with all kinds of different things. They're
right, with
trying to-
yams, but the
Uh-huh.
original one is just funny, because it is funnier than you think it's going to be. It's that when you go through it's like the Siri voice, it's weigh your organic bananas, and that is literally how the person says it.
Well,
Weigh
I kind
your
of
organic bananas.
I miss that part of the internet and that time on the internet when it was like about shit like that. Like little 2-second memes were just like funny, or like the Vine days.
I
Like that
missed
would be a
Vine days, but
Vine.
now I will like I got on Vine a couple of years ago, and now I actually know Vine references. Like, oh, she was her roommate. Like and two guys sitting in a hot tub 5 feet apart because they're not gay. I know some of these, but like I wasn't privy to them when they were actually happening. So because I'm old.
I've also been alerted this week, unfortunately, about this trend of saying that people who talk with their bottom and like their bottom teeth show when they talk are
Did you talk
ugly
about
or
this
something.
last week, or was
Did
it
I?
on? We've definitely had this conversation, but I don't know if it was on a live or if it was like on a different episode. Yeah, and then we went into teeth. Then we talked about teeth for a while, didn't we?
Oh, see, I thought that was only popping up the last couple days because it's all these people
No.
like trying to lip sync on TikTok and like finding that they use they show their bottom teeth when they talk. And
Yeah,
I'm
because
like,
remember then I
I
said, oh,
definitely
because
do.
I think that Victoria Clark has that, and I don't, and I hate looking at her mouth when she talks or sings.
Oh yeah, weird. Alrighty. So also, Gypsy Rose,
Got a nose job for one thing, which good like good
really?
for her. Yeah, she's looking much better
How do you know?
because she's on my because
She said that she has a nose job?
yeah, she like when I got a nose job.
Oh,
She like
wow.
she did videos like with her like with
Wow.
a bandage on. She got a nose job and she got veneers in, which I mean, her mom made her take out most of her teeth. So like,
Well, I
get
thought
it,
most of
girl.
her teeth, I thought her teeth were like dentures, basically.
Yeah, probably. But anyway, she's looking good, and I saw her like get kind of a glow up from like a
Well,
stylist.
she went to
like,
Sir.
she went to
She got
Sir.
them goat cheese balls. Maybe got hit on by Peter. Who knows, y'all?
Yeah, I mean, great. Good for Gypsy. I know there so many people in the comments are like, do people forget she killed her mother? And it's like, first of all, she didn't do it. And also, like, yeah, that woman deserved to die. I don't really know how anyone could argue with that. She was what it would have gotten so much worse if she hadn't been killed.
Oh, she was still alive. I'm sure she would have probably been killed. You mean Gypsy Rose's mother?
Yeah,
if she was still alive.
If she was still alive, what do you think would have happened?
I think people would like if Gypsy had gotten away or whatever, people would have like found her and like hunted her down and shit.
Oh, she would have gone mysteriously missing for sure.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's just my opinion.
Now
anyway,
the big one, let's really let's bring it on home, baby.
Yeah, with some pure joy. Are you on the pictures? You look like you're doing something.
Here, look. I'm trying here. It's just so much going on.
Oh, this
Don't
did you
know
see
what
this? This was cute. This was just Dave Portnoy found this rescue. It's called Beacon Animal Rescue, and it's just he screen recorded, or she did and posted it, but of him calling her because she had reached out asking for like just help, and he called her on FaceTime with Miss Peaches, and it's just a really cute conversation because she's like, oh my god, like she didn't think it was actually him, but she's like, I saw the area code, so I thought maybe it would be you. And then I looked at this site, and like, this is a tiny animal shelter, and it only had like 1,000 followers. He like really does go through. He's like, I was looking, I did a bunch of research, and you guys do a lot of good things. You've been around forever, and so he's like partnering with them or something. But it was just really cute. So again, as we say every week, Dave Portnoy is probably not a great person, would definitely call me fat. But
he was saying something like it was after some kind of sports thing, and he's like, I had $1 million on that. And anyone who can bet $1 million on something, I hate you. Sorry.
And he has a private jet. I mean, fine. But I mean, he's doing but anyway, Miss Peaches had a photo shoot this week. Oh, I mean,
it was all about peaches.
So cute.
This was a top secret photo shoot. Are we thinking this will be in Vogue or?
I mean, that one's slutty. That one's NSF.
You should have blurred this out, girl. I don't think YouTube's gonna like it.
I mean, so cute. I saw somebody, I think it was from Barstool Sports, maybe, giving an interview saying like, yeah, I was in the same building, and I was like, oh, I want to meet Miss Peaches, and somebody said, oh no, she's in a meeting right now, and she genuinely, the dog was like in a meeting. So I wonder if Miss Peaches is ever just like, I kind of just want to stay at home today. Like, I just want to lay on the couch, Dad.
I'm going to take a wild guess and say, yeah, most dogs don't want to be going out like this. Like, in my heart, I've always been like, I'd love to just haul a dog around everywhere. They don't want to be. They would like to be at home, I think, sometimes. It's okay.
Oh, Boots on the Ground Jean says, Mary is admitting she's not a life coach. Well, at least she's coming out with that.
I saw that.
At least she's not lying.
So then what is... We're still, we're here about to sign off, and we still are unsure what Worthy Up is. So,
what Worthy Up is? We know more about this top secret Miss Peaches photo shoot than we do about Mary's MLM. But
if you'd like to contribute $600 a year to her, though, you can find out more. Maybe.
Sure. It's $600. Yeah, to join a Facebook group, Justine said. Yeah, like it's just, I really think it might just be like a Facebook group of all women supporting women. I said this to Jody. I'm like, this is just our Facebook group, basically. This is just like a Facebook group where
being
people can
nice.
talk to each other. Yeah, being supportive of each other. There's no guarantee anywhere that Mary is even like there doing anything. And I really think that all those women in those pictures, because it's the same group of 7 women, I think all of them are just like downlines, and they're the ones you deal with.
Well, really nice piece to leave us here. Mary just said that the mountains gave her the name Worthy Up.
Oh, the mountains. Look
Beautiful.
at the mountain. Look at the mountain, Christine.
Absolutely beautiful. Well, now, guys, if you're wondering, you can check out our episodes of And Just Like That, Sex and the Widow, and our episode that we're going to have to figure out here of On Golden Girls. Please, if you would like to support us right now, we can't get anything off of here because we don't have enough subscribers. So jump on over to our Facebook, or our Patreon, patreon.com/podinthecity, $6 a month. And you get hours of extra content.
That's fabulous.
You can check out our Instagram if you'd like. Also, please, if you're not subscribed here, I'm begging you. And if you could find another stranger to subscribe to our podcast, I would literally kiss the ground you're walking on. So that's about it, babies. We'll see you next time.
See you next week.
Thanks for joining us on the weekly Roundup. Like, subscribe, Insta, and for hours of extra content, check out our Patreon. Bye, guys.
Bye. Love you.